I was very intentional. I said, if I need to go to the gym, that ain't gonna happen. I gotta pick up my kid from school. What am I doing with a gym membership? No, right? But I could sit here at my desk. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just do this while we're talking. It's all you, Ken. Go ahead, man. We are recording once again. Good morning, Ken. How are you?
Good morning, Fenton. How are you?
I'm amazing. Sun is out. It's like 60 degrees. Got shorts
Seriously?
on. You can't see it, but I got on shorts.
When I was putting the kids in the bus this morning, I had my shorts on, man. It was nice out. Walking a dog. It was nice.
Absolutely. Like a robe, walking around in shorts and a robe. You that guy?
I'm loving it. Nah, I'm not. I wish I could be. I can't go outside with a robe on, man. It's not happening.
Everyone should go outside with a robe on once in their life. And not just to like take the trash out or get the paper. Like go for a little stroll.
I don't know. Not the neighborhood that I'm in. They didn't think I like robbed the place.
What did you steal? A robe?
Stole that dog.
That silk robe is way too fancy for that black man. That ain't his.
That's not his.
Monogrammed? That ain't his. Anyway, welcome to Products of Circumstance, the podcast with Ken Skeen and myself, Fenton Joseph. We discuss mental health and mindset matters through the lens of black men. The show is unscripted, unfiltered, and mostly unedited. We choose our topics randomly, and Ken's going to tell us what we're going to talk about in just a moment, as soon as he finds his robe. And in the meantime, please hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So hit the notification bell so that you always get notified when we upload a new episode, which is typically on Mondays. So technically you don't need the notification bell, but it helps. All right. And with that said, what are we talking about today, Ken?
Today's topic is going to be there is no perfect. So what is that?
I thought you were going to say, there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
We'll keep that for another episode. I like that. Let me write that down.
It's a Rocky reference for anyone who doesn't get it.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
So there is no perfect. No perfect. So everyone's trying to be perfect. Listen. Every day is a learning lesson, right? You can beat this into your head as much as you want. But there's no such thing as perfect, because you can be better every single day, right? Sounds very cliche, but how high can you go? As high as you want to, right? How far can you go? As far as you want to. So I know what's the saying? Practice makes perfect, right? Yeah. Practice makes perfect. That's so everyone needs to stop. People need to stop saying that line. That line's very misconceiving. It's practice makes better. All right. Practice makes better. Because if you think you're perfect, you're telling yourself you can't be any better than that. That's your finish line. You've hit your goal. Why bother getting up anymore? I'm perfect. No. So there is no perfect. And that comes to everything, right? That comes to work. That comes to family. That comes to education, that comes to when it comes to anything. Like if you're done with school, like so you went to high school, you went to college, whatever you did, whatever schooling you finished, it does not mean that on your off time you can't read a book and learn something new.
Right.
Or an audio. I'm big into audiobooks because I drive a lot. So I put an audiobook on, but I'm learning something new. And I'm talking about nonfiction here, people.
Hunger Games.
Actually, a good movie. I got to watch it the other day.
The first one?
Didn't mind it. I watched the entire series.
I want to watch the first one. So, I didn't see the...
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'll check it out.
But, yeah, so when it just comes to... Never think that you're perfect. Stop it. There's people out there, I'm perfect in every single way. You can get better every day. That comes to even working out. All right, so you're a marathon runner, right? If you get a mile, first time you run a mile, 10 minutes, second time, 9 minutes, third time, 8 minutes, and you keep bringing better and better. Even when you're down to that 5-minute mile runner,
Right.
yeah, but what if you could do it in 4 minutes and 55 seconds?
Right.
So practice makes better, and people need to realize that more, because I feel that it can take you further in your mindset and your physical. So keep on moving forward. Don't think that, this is the end all be all. I've hit my goal. No, climb the new mountain. When you get to the top of one mountain, you're at the bottom of another. That's just setting new goals for yourself.
That's so profound. Fun fact. First time I ever ran a timed mile. 4 minutes, 55 seconds. First time ever. I was 2 years old. Just kidding. No, it took me a long time to get under 8 minutes, actually. And then I eventually got around a 7.5 minute mile. Nice. And I was like, they say like if you're healthy, if you can run like an 8 minute mile, right? Like as an adult, I think like for men or something like that. And after that, I just stopped. I said, I'm perfect. You'll never run any faster. There's no need to get better. No, I think this is a great topic because like on its face, saying that you're perfect or striving for perfection is actually kind of ridiculous because someone's always going to be better. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar just had his record broken after it was like close to 40 years. It was like 38 years or something like that, which is insane that a record would stand that long. But a record was broken nonetheless. And I think the whole, running and athletic thing is a great example because somebody's always going to come along one day who's going to break your record. And that's great for people, right? Like, what do I say? It's an individual, I can forget what the saying is, but it's like it's an individual accomplishment, but it's also like an accomplishment for like all of mankind. You know what I'm saying? Like when somebody does something better than you did it. I personally, I've been on this tip for a long time, bro. Perfection is the path, not the goal. That's what my partner, Dimitri, and I, we used to say all the time. Perfection is the path, not the goal. It is a framework. It is a means by which we try to accomplish things. It's a lens through which we see the world. Always getting better every single day, marginally.
Right.
It takes so much to get just incrementally better. I'm on like my weight loss kick right now and have been for a very long time, like many people. Yeah, I'm losing weight. Yeah, we're all losing weight, except we're not. You lose it, you go up, whatever. One of the things that I know from experience, because I've lost like 40, when I was in my 20s, I dropped like 45 pounds. That was a big one for me. Got me to like a really good place. And then I've dropped, like 30 pounds at a time, 25, whatever, over the course of months. But one of the things that I know from experience is it takes longer than you think it's going to take. Mm-hmm. And so, with that in mind, you have to think long term. There's no sprint. And I think one of the things that perfection does, this pursuit of perfection, it sets like unrealistic time frames that you have in your head that are bound to mentally screw you up every second of the day because you realize you're not where you thought you were going to be, which is perfect. And you realize that what you're actually supposed to be doing is being perfected over a period of time, which never ends until you die. Right? It's a whole shifting of the whole framework in your head. You're being perfected. You're getting better. You're doing better. You're growing. You're not staying stagnant. You're not dying. You're growing. And that is an every single day thing. And it never ends. Therefore, there is no perfect. I feel like I'm high, but I'm not. This is one of those conversations that people have when they're high. You know what I'm saying? There's no perfect, man. I thought I found it, but I didn't.
It actually does sound like a conversation. Yeah.
It really does. All right. So people are thinking to themselves, all right, fine. There's no perfect, you say. And it's just like a myth. So what does it actually mean, to be perfect? What should we be striving for? And, to your point, I'll just lead off. For me, with my whole diet thing, I made a plan. I realized that part of my ups and downs is because I didn't have a plan. In my head, I know I want to lose 40 pounds. All right, great. I'm a former project manager. I build websites for a living. These are projects. All the steps are broken down every single day. I know what I'm doing down to the T. My clients are informed. We have plans. You and I know, bro, if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail, right? That whole thing. So last night, I put together a meal plan and I broke it down, very specific. I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna pull it up just for a quick second so I can see it. All right, so I have breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and it's actually broken down by time. Okay, I have 3 options for breakfast, 4 options for snacks that I can choose from, 2 options for lunch, and then dinner is like whatever I want, just don't overeat. And I even have it broken down into times. So from breakfast, I'm only eating breakfast from 7 to 9:30 a.m.
Okay.
My snack is between 11 and 1 p.m. Lunch is 1 to 2:30. Snack from 3:30 to 5, meaning I can eat any, at any time between
Right.
these.
Got it.
And then dinner is from 5:30 to 8 p.m. Nothing after 8 p.m. Unlimited coffee for drinks.
Okay.
Unlimited water and unlimited seltzer water because I love seltzer water. So there's no fruit juices. There's no anything else. Now I can say, all right, it's 10:30. Let me get something to eat. No, I have to wait till 11. So 1, I'm not eating right now. When 11 rolls around, I can choose one of these delicious snacks that I can eat. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a framework and it's going to help me every day to do a little bit better. That's what perfection looks like to me. It's planning. It's being intentional. It's being sure that you have a plan to get better, because ultimately we become what we do, right? If I want to be a slim, healthy, muscular guy, I got to eat right and work out. So I do the things that I want to be, which is why my weights are right next to my desk. These are 8-pounders.
Oh.
So I can sit here and do stuff all day long while I'm at my desk working. I don't even have to get up. I was very intentional. I said, if I need to go to the gym, it ain't gonna happen. I gotta pick up my kid from school. What am I doing with a gym membership? No, right? But I can sit here at my desk. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just do this while we're talking. It's all you, Ken. Go ahead, man.
All right, like you were saying, yes, having a plan to become better every day, it's something you're gonna need to do, right? You want to have a blueprint. So let's say for instance, when it comes to my background in construction, when my wife and I first started making reclaimed wood furniture, never did that before. I was in commercial construction. We used steel beams and sheetrock and drop ceilings, and some people know what I'm talking about right now.
I understand.
But when I went into wood furniture, never did it before in my life. And I look back I think it was like 7.5 years ago when we started that company. And I look back at the first couple of benches or tables, and I'm like, what the heck was I making? I mean, and back then it looked nice. And, the clients are very happy with what they got.
Yeah.
But compared to exactly. So when compared to what we do now, we have plans drawn out. Our clients are actually, signing the plans to say this is what we want for the finalized look. We're even the way I'm putting furniture together now, like no screws are showing, little things like that. It's
glue squeezing out.
The kind of glue we use, even the kind of glue we use, compared to when I first started, the kind of sandpaper, the sanding process, it's all steps, right? To be better. Never going to be perfect, but I'm getting better every single year when it comes to what we make. And I bring up the furniture aspect of my life instead of the sales, because the sales aspect, yes, you can be better at sales every day, laying out a blueprint. I actually do train some of the salespeople wherever I work right now. With the dealership I'm at, I'm training 4 or 5 of the salespeople to show different tactics on how to speak with a customer. Like the customer from back in the day to now, when it comes to sales, even with your profession, they're a lot smarter now. You have the internet.
Oh yeah,
the world's a lot smaller. They can actually look up what they want to know or need to know before asking you any questions at all. Right. So you have a very informed client coming in to the dealership, not going to 5 stores or 6 stores anymore. They're going to 1 or 2 stores. So if they're in front of you, that might be it. If they leave, they're probably buying at the next store.
Right.
So you have informed clientele. So you have to train now and practice and learn new, I don't want to say tactics. It's not. You just have to be transparent with people nowadays, because that's all they really want. But people had to change who they were. So you thought you were this perfect salesman 10 years ago. But now you have to literally change how you approach the process. So were you perfect, or were you still learning? Right? So
good.
Even with me, I'm 13 years in, but I still have to learn new things on a daily basis, even when it comes to the technology of it. When it comes to the different programs that are being run. When it comes to look at vehicles nowadays. Everything is a computer.
Right.
They used to be mechanics. Now you're a technician.
Right. So
with technology, you have to relearn that. So anyone who thinks, oh, well, I'm perfect because I know it all, you don't. And you should never, I guess, confine yourself into a box of I know it all.
Right.
Because all you're doing is hurting yourself by not opening, I guess, your mind to the new features or new information that comes out literally on an hourly basis nowadays, right? With the internet. There's new information out there. I mean, you have to cipher through what's what's good information and what's bad information.
Not, what's real and what's not.
Real. Yeah, that's another whole topic we can go on one day. But yeah, you should be like, well, what I do is I learn. So if there's something new to learn, I'm going to pick up a book or watch a video, whatever it may be, learn what's new so that I can use it. It's just, all it is another tool in your toolbox.
Right.
That's all it is. So why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want to be ahead of the curve? Because the average person isn't doing it. I don't care what profession you're in. The average person does not learn new technique. They're comfortable in what they do. And that comfort zone, like we've talked about in the previous episode, that comfort zone is dangerous. So remember, practice makes better. You got to really start using that slogan more and get that whole perfect thing out of your head.
Here's a thought. All right, man, because this could go a lot of different directions. I'm going to try to keep it with there's no perfect. Perfection, the idea of perfection will keep you from starting. That's super dangerous. And honestly, I think of all the things that we've said so far, that's probably like the most dangerous aspect of perfection. The idea of perfection for people is that they won't actually get started on anything because they think it's not good enough. You know, people won't hand in homework assignments, you know, because they don't think it's good enough. They won't start their podcast because it's not perfect. They don't have everything that they need, right? Like we started, oh my God. If we look back at the first one, we have like 7 or 9 episodes that we didn't even air because we were like, this is pretty trashy.
It was bad. It was bad.
But we started, right? I think even I was sitting, we didn't have these, little things here so that there was some uniformity in our appearance. We decided to start wearing black, so we look a little bit more uniform because we were just wearing whatever the heck we wanted to wear. I think I was sitting in my living room by there was like this painting behind me.
Yeah, you had a painting.
Man, everything just looks nuts. And if you were looking,
I had bought a curtain from a store. It was like a 2-pack on sale for like $20. And I hung it with a curtain rod with some push pins and like a cork board.
Bro. And you know what? Who cares? We did it. And now I think like this will be episode number 40, I think.
Right.
If we were afraid of not being perfect, we wouldn't have started. We wouldn't be here. And I think that is like a key takeaway for people, is that perfect is your enemy. Perfection is the thing that will keep you from starting. And if you do start, it's the thing that will kill your momentum and make you stop if you're focusing on being perfect. There's stuff that like I had to get over that in my website business. You know, I got deadlines. People can't wait for me forever to come up with, be inspired, you know what I'm saying? And create, you know, some website layout that's like amazing. I thank God for talent. I thank God for having studied and, you know, to understand how to create and having a process. But there's a part of that process that's, I can't explain it, right? You know, you're a graphic designer, like you're an educated graphic designer. Some stuff just has to come to you. You see it and it all just like, okay, it coalesces and you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be amazing. And then there's other times where it's like, this is kind of crap, but it's the crap that I got and it's Thursday and I need to send it out. So I've sent some things out to clients that, you know, I didn't think it was perfect, but it was good enough to get the conversation going, especially if we're talking about like concepts, right? So in design, everybody who's not familiar with design, like you do concepting, you do drafting. You're like, okay, we're trying to get an idea of the direction that we're going to go in. Like for me, if I create logos, I'll offer 3 concepts. And they don't have to be perfect. They just have to be a direction. And something that happens to me, you know, fairly often, and I have to snap myself out of it, which I've also gotten good at, is I'll be like, this one's not perfect. It's not where I want it to be. It doesn't have to be. Hit send. Let the client give you some feedback, Fenton, and say, you know what? I kind of like this, but could you change this?
Right.
Maybe for me, just speaking about myself, part of it might be I don't want to get feedback that says, oh, we don't like it. Could you change it? Because, you know, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish, you know, like you want to believe that the stuff that you put out is worthy of praise and will be heralded and maybe get like a Peabody or something, you know. But no, sometimes we just put out stuff and it's just okay. It's just mediocre. And you need somebody to tell you, you know.
Is it Mr. Magoo?
Next. What else you got? And you know, as you grow, I can say from experience as a 41, going to be 42-year-old creative, as I've grown over the years, I get less and less, what else you got? And more, oh, you hit it out the park the first time, Fenton, that's amazing. But I've had plenty of, what else you got? I've had plenty of those moments, man. And it didn't feel good at the time. But what does feel good is when you receive it, whatever feedback it is for whatever it is that you're doing in life, okay? Your show, your podcast, your joke, your performance at a game, your relationship, whatever it is, take the feedback, grow from it, apply it, know that for the most part, people mean well and aren't trying to hurt you and tear you down, and allow yourself to be perfected. Okay, instead of trying to be perfect. You're going to fall on your face every single time if you show up thinking that you're perfect. Every time. I don't have like a perfection calculator, but if I were to come up with an equation, can you calculate for me what percentage of the time people will fall on their face if they show up with perfection in mind? It's 100% of the time. You're going to get it wrong because you can always do better. And here's the last thing I'll say. All the people that I've worked for believed in being done over being perfect. Yeah. And they all have made way more money than I have had. And I'm not going to say that they like they will forever, because I still plan on being wildly successful. But the thing that they understood was that it's more important to be done. Done is the engine of more. Done means you can go do other things. Done means you can revise the thing that you just did and make it better. But you can't until it's done, until it's out in the world. Mm-hmm. And so, I've seen people make a lot of money that I don't think were as good as me. But they knew what I didn't, which is that you don't have to be good and you don't have to be perfect. You just need to be done. The bar is super low, y'all. I wish people would understand that. I'm going to let you talk, man, because I know you know this, bro.
Nah. Go ahead.
The bar is so low. People, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but whatever. People are so mediocre. It's not even funny. Like, people are just not that motivated to be great at what they do. I'm not insulting anybody. I'm not saying people are dumb and they're not smart. Like, no. Really smart people, not motivated to be great. All it takes is more effort on your part. Forget about being perfect. Focus on being motivated. Focus on being a hard worker, because it doesn't take that much to outwork people. And the more you get done, the more productive you are, the closer you are to perfection in other people's minds, because they're out here failing. The thing that you said about technology changing, AI, right? We're looking at ChatGPT by OpenAI that is being integrated into, like, people just started using ChatGPT a couple weeks ago. I've been on it for a minute, right? Because I'm in the tech space. People just started using ChatGPT a couple weeks ago. They're like, oh, I heard about this thing on the news. Listen, by the time it's on the news, forget about it, dude. Like, it's already, gone. So Microsoft is putting it in Bing, right? You're like, oh, Bing sucks. Ooh, yeah, but now Bing has ChatGPT in it. They're about to drop that. We'll see if Bing still sucks, right? Google is releasing Bard. There are things that are, dude, I'm a web designer. I don't even need to design websites anymore. I'm not saying I have to figure out a whole new business model, but I am saying that there are at least 20 different websites that you can go on, type in what your product and service is about, answer a few questions, and within 5 minutes, some are like 60 seconds, but within 5 minutes, it will spit out a website. I've seen it with my own eyes, and it looks pretty good. And I started thinking to myself,
you might have to start building furniture.
I'm a WordPress web designer. I've been trying to perfect WordPress web design. And the stuff that I'm working on right now, right? Creating like this, this different product, whatever, for a certain demographic. And I'm like, wait a second, dude. You're trying to perfect this thing. People are building websites with AI. It's not that I'm obsolete, but here is new information. It's happening fast. I got to add this to my toolkit. So in addition to just running my regular day-to-day business, now I got to keep up with AI. And you hit the head on the nail. Most people, they're not going to take advantage of that information. They're not going to add that thing to their toolkit. They're going to be shook. They're going to be scared. They're going to say, oh my God, AI is going to take my job. Technology is changing. What do I do? It's like, what you do is you hop on, you take a deep dive, you learn what you need to learn so that you can grow along with it. And in keeping with the theme of the conversation, that's about as close to perfect as you're going to get, is keeping up with the times. Things change too quickly for you to be perfect. Even me. I think that's a great example.
Great wrap up. That's it right there, man.
Watch some AI videos and figure out how to make money. Feed my kid.
But yeah, so hopefully people got a few gems out of that. Kept it light today.
There were gems. Gems were dropped. Good job dropping gems. The gem dropper.
When do I get one of these hats, man?
I like that.
Yeah, I do. I actually do.
This is a new era hat too. This isn't like,
that's legit.
This is a new era. This is for real.
I'm still waiting for my POC hat, but
yeah, POC. See my eyes get wide.
And my,
POC
and my mug.
Okay. POC, mugs, hats, coming, ordering today. I said it online, so that's happening.
Are you clicking away right now?
That's the show. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Peace.
Peace.